Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another outstanding episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, he asks for a chief burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 3 continents down, 3 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have a special guest tonight who is rapidly making a name for herself in professional wrestling. Obviously, as a pro wrestler, she's battled people such as Clara. She's battled Sammy Chaos. She has actually battled Olivia Devine, Jordy Lee, Cosmic, and many more great names to come. She's made her debut in Battle Club Pro. She's made her debut for Title Match Network, and most recently, as recent as this past Saturday, she made her debut for Capital Championship Wrestling, ran by our good friend Marcello. Everybody, welcome to the show, the Dragon of Malice, Jazmyne Hao.
Hi.
Woo!
How you doing tonight, miss?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're fine. We're just trying to stay cool in this heat. I went out there and it was crazy. I felt like I was in a microwave or oven.
It looks really hot in your house right now, actually.
Yeah, all the windows are open. So yeah, it's one of those days. It's one of those days. If you guys are in AC, I'm actually, I guess, jealous right now, but it is what it is. Yeah. So I just gotta say, thank you very much for doing this. You've actually been on our radar for a bit, and we've been looking forward to hearing from you or whatnot. So, I normally ask, 99% of our guests this question: how did your love for wrestling start? What was the match or the main event or the pay-per-view that got you hooked?
Well, not a specific match or anything. It was more so of just the sport itself. So, like I said before, I had saw my uncle. He was watching an old episode of Raw. And I believe Dolph Ziggler was on the screen. I'm not sure what match it was or what he was doing. I don't remember, but I was just like, wow, this is pretty, like this was the first thing I saw of wrestling. So I'm like, this is interesting. So I was so intrigued to learn more. And so one day I also saw him watching New Japan, and I was like, that skyrocketed my interest. Like, I love New Japan. I love their style of wrestling, just the hard hitting, the everything. I love it. So, and I saw that, and I was like, I want to do this one day.
Awesome, that's cool, and congrats to sticking with it, sticking to your dreams, because a lot of people say, yeah, I want to do that too. I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. This is awesome. And then eventually they either grow out of it and just stop watching wrestling as a whole, or they still watch wrestling where they're like, yeah, I think I'll just be a fan or something. I'm not even going to try to be.
The crazy thing about that is, like, I've seen a lot of people actually train for a few days or maybe a month, and they just never come back.
Yeah. I've heard that story so many times from so many people on this show. And that's why I always give my props to y'all. When y'all actually get that certificate, get that handshake from your trainer and said, hey, congratulations. You are a certified, pro wrestler. You can go out and start taking bookings. I always give y'all props, and I never judge a wrestler's in-ring performance. That's one thing I'll never judge. I'll probably judge the booking, because I always swear up and down I could write storylines better than even some of the people in WWE. But I never judge a wrestler's in-ring work. Like, I stay mum about that. I'm like, okay, well, Unless I graduated wrestling school, I'm not saying nothing. So, but kudos to you on making that happen, though.
Appreciate it.
So, about your wrestling career now. So, tell us, how did your journey go from Jazmyne Hao wrestling fan? Or matter of fact, hold on. Let me. I'm jumping the gun. Let me go back. Let me because we want to get a little bit more backstory on you. So, who are some of your favorites? Growing up watching wrestling.
So some of my favorites growing up was Edge, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Um, I want to say Shawn Michaels. Like I liked him, but I wasn't really that big of a fan back then. Don't attack me.
No,
but
you're entitled to your opinion.
yeah, but yeah, those three and two currents that I've liked it as an adult, not necessarily growing up, are the Tribal Chief and Matt Riddle. I love them. Love their wrestling.
Honestly, hey, no judgment here. I know people that have actually said they can't stand Shawn Michaels, but they love Marty Jannetty. I know people that
I can see that.
I don't see a problem with Matt Riddle, and I've actually been a fan of not just the Tribal Chief, but the Anawai Fatu family, which is, as of course everybody knows, the Samoan dynasty. I've been a fan of this for as long as I can remember. So no judgment here at all. Trust me. Um, to me, if you ask me, they're making wrestling exciting right now.
They are.
Yeah. So, did you ever get to meet any of them growing up? Like going like as you like were going to the
I
shows and whatnot?
I have never met anybody that I just named, but I will say the closest person that I met to the Tribal Chief is Rikishi. That is the only person that I met. Well, I met a lot of people, but he just, out of the people that I named, he was, you know, he's in the family of the Tribal Chief. So
Yeah, I met Rikishi once. That guy is huge. I met him like 11 years ago, and I didn't know whether to say hi or just run away. That guy, I didn't want that guy to hit me with a punch. I just asked for an autograph. I wasn't being an obnoxious fan. I think I asked him about something about the Polynesian culture because I've always been interested in that. Like I know Samoa's and Tonga's national motto. So I can't remember what it was I asked him about, but he answered it pretty cool, and I took a picture with him and whatnot. And yeah, he was really chill. But yeah, I hope I get to meet him again one of these days.
he's a really
So
chill dude. I hope to see him again too.
you will if you keep on going the way you're going, and if you keep on throwing that Tongan spike that I saw you throw on Clara, you're gonna meet him again. You think I didn't see that? I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh snap, she gonna win, she gonna win. And then
So I have a funny story about me using that. So when I was at my old job, I worked in the kitchen. I had cut my thumb and I had to go get stitches, so I had to keep that thumb wrapped up. My tag partner Keith Mack, he was like, "You should use the Simone Spike," and I'm like, "Seriously?" Like I was just not into that idea. He was like, "What other girls are doing this right now?" And like it fits because your thumb is always wrapped up, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'll do it." And so that's when I first did it, which was on Clara.
I was like, Robbie should have seen this. I was like, oh no, she did not. She hit that girl with a spike. I didn't see that coming out of. I thought, okay, I'm thinking Dragon of Malice. She gonna hit it with some like kung fu kick or something. Come through like Sonya Blade or whatnot. She was like, boom. I was like, yo, that's what Rob. You gotta see that, man. Oh geez, I was like, damn. I seen it all now. Yeah. So tell us, man, how did your journey go from pro wrestling fan, Jazmyne Howell pro wrestling fan to Jazmyne Howell pro wrestler, the Dragon of Malice?
It's actually a long journey. Like I just it feels like just yesterday I was scared to have my first ever match. Now I'm now I'm wrestling for CZW. I'm going to New York for Battle Club Pro. One of my dreams was to always wrestle in New York, Brooklyn at that. So the fact that I did that, it just means a lot to me, especially since I'm almost 3 years in. So early, like I've accomplished like one of the things I've wanted to do for a while now. So my next stop for state wise, well, it's not a state, but people in Illinois call it a state because nobody really cares about any other city in Illinois besides Chicago. So that's where I want to go.
Okay. I've been there before. It's a nice area. I've had the deep dish pizza, which
Now,
I'm
about
pretty,
Chicago pizza, their pizza
it's not
bothers
deep
me
dish.
so much. It looks so weird.
I
Like
like it.
the cheese is under the sauce.
So I'm probably gonna lose whatever street cred if I have left, if I had any at all. But I actually like I actually like the deep dish as much as I like the New York pizza. I probably shouldn't say that, but I think they're like neck and neck. Like
Oh.
I probably shouldn't say that. I'm probably gonna get a couple of AOs, but yeah, that's one of
Whatever
my
New York
favorites.
following you had, you just lost it.
I know, I
In
know.
Chicago,
Hey,
deep dish like lasagna, more like lasagna,
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of lasagna.
Yeah, they heat it all up and put the sauce on there cold and naked, just on top of a hot pizza. Like, oh, come on now. Yeah, no. I
it
like
tastes
eating a
good
pizza like
though.
this, like on a boardwalk. I don't want a knife and fork. I mean, I
It
guess you
tastes
can eat
good
a stuffed
though.
pizza.
It tastes good though. Rob, imagine when you're hungry. You just got playing a nice game of soccer or football, and you got that raging hunger, and you got that nice slice of deep dish, and it just sinks in. Come on, man. Tell me you wouldn't feel
Yeah,
away,
can you
bro.
imagine after a game, someone brings you that pizza and you're like, "Where's the cheese?"
Yeah.
It's under the
Well,
sauce.
all I
Like,
know, I'm gonna sleep for
it's
3 hours after I eat it. I'm gonna eat one slice and sleep for 3 hours, and it's gonna go right into my stomach. I'm like, oh.
one slice of deep dish pizza from Chicago is probably like a whole pizza.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
that's good
yeah.
though.
It definitely gonna give me the itis. I'll get the itis, and I'll just be like, no, I'm out. Yeah.
You got dinner for like 3 whole 3 whole nights, man, or dinner or lunch for like the next 3 days.
Hmm.
Yeah, but um, Chicago's a nice place. I don't know if you've been there already, but to me, it reminds me a little of New York. Um, but I know you're definitely gonna wow the crowd over there, and they got AAW, and I hope one of these days I actually get to check out a show there myself because they got a pretty interesting scene there as well too.
Yeah, AAW has actually been on my radar. Like they've hey, when I go to Chicago, I hope it's that place.
Yeah. So tell us, man, like how did you just debuted for CCW? Well, I think that was your debut, right?
No, that was actually, I believe, my second time wrestling for them.
Oh, okay, my mistake. Okay, second time wrestling. Okay, and you debuted on their Capital Cup card, and you tag team. I forgot who. I didn't see who your tag team part. No, no, no. It started with a K. Is
Yeah,
it
Katrina cries.
Katrina? Yeah, Katrina Cries. So what was it like? Wrestling on that card as part of the Capital Cup. Katrina
Um,
Cries.
Aside from it being hot as hell in there, it was pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, that was. I still gotta check out that match. So I was trying to make that show, but I don't know if you live in New York, but or if you've ever lived here for a period of time, but on the weekends the trains are bad, and they say they were replacing tracks. So I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna make this show today. I have to go
So
next month, man. And yeah,
you,
I literally told Marcello, I was like, Marcello, I'm gonna make that show. I'm gonna take the bus to Philly, and I'm gonna find some way to get to Paulsboro because it's kind of tricky. Like it's either I take the bus like takes 2 hours to get there, or I just suck it up and pay $50 to take an Uber to Paulsboro from Market Street.
yeah, I when I was in New York, I rode the subway, but it was like really late at night, so I'm not sure. There was like not that many people on around the time of night that I went on, but
Oh, you're great.
it was still such an experience to see. Like the entire time I was in New York, the whole time felt like a movie. I was seeing stuff that like I didn't think was like possible.
Mm, that's New York for you. Wait, good stuff or bad stuff?
I'm good of both. I mean,
Hmm.
uh, the day before I left, I saw this guy. He was on top of the train as it was going down the tracks, and he was speaking to people as the train was going. That was the weirdest thing. Not the weirdest thing I saw in New York, but one of the funniest slash weirdest.
Yeah.
Because can you just imagine being waiting for your train and somebody on top of the train just yells, "Hey, I hope you have a nice day."
Yeah, it sounds like something like you eat before you fall asleep, and you're like, and then you have that dream. You know, they say you shouldn't eat before you sleep because you get that weird dream. And I was like, yeah, I had a dream. I was waiting for a train, and a guy was on top of the train waving. Yeah, it sounds like something like that. One of those scenarios. Yeah. So, you know, wrestling. So you did your thing with CCW. You got to wrestle in BCP Battle Club Pro. I actually saw that match. It was you, Jordy Lee, and Cosmic. You were pretty much like, you weren't taking left. You weren't taking no lefts. You were just giving sheer rights to both those women. What was it like wrestling? What was that experience like now? Finally getting to wrestle, in New York.
It was actually one of my favorite experiences in pro wrestling. I definitely want to go 1-on-1 with Cosmic someday. That is a match I definitely gotta have.
Oh, that's cool. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that either. That would definitely be a match to sit down and.
Especially after she stole my victory for me. That 1-on-1 for that title has to happen.
Yeah, I heard Jordy Lee was hot about that. She was pissed. I was like, yeah, but y'all definitely tore the house down. I actually enjoyed seeing that, and hopefully when you have that match with Cosmic, I know it's gonna happen. I'm definitely in the house for that as well. But you're actually there's a woman I want to see you wrestle hopefully one day. You might know her. She's also a dragon.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
I get that all the time. I get that so much. They're like, "Hey, you should wrestle this girl for I think they said Battle of the Dragon or something."
Yeah, she goes by Little Blue Dragon. I forgot. Robbie, you probably seen her. She's Little Blue Dragon. I forgot what her name was, man.
Tootie Lynn.
That's exact. That's who.
You don't know how many times I've heard that. I'm still waiting for it to happen.
I'm surprised y'all haven't crossed paths yet, man. That'd be kind of cool. Like,
she's up there in Ohio. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Ohio, but hey, if it means getting to wrestle her, I'll go up there anytime.
What would be kind of cool? Like I said, I tend to play fantasy booker. Have you ever seen The Last Dragon?
No.
You've never seen? Okay, Rob, I know you've seen The Last Dragon. You've seen it. Well, Last Dragon, it stars Tamok, and he's actually a black martial artist. He idolizes Bruce Lee. You definitely gotta check it out. It's a really great movie. But I always said it would be kind of cool if he could actually manage you and Tootie Lynn. Both of y'all are dragons. He's the last dragon. You have like that kind of like theme and so on.
Hey, you never know what could happen in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great booking though. Whoever does that would be pretty great booking as well. If they had that one-off match with y'all two teaming up and him managing y'all. I've seen him he's gotten in the ring before. He's gotten involved in a wrestling match before, and it was pretty interesting. And I got to meet him before as well. He's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, Last Dragon, I definitely recommend that for you. Okay. It's definitely if you're into martial arts movies, definitely a great movie to check out.
Okay.
But so the next place you want to wrestle is Chicago, and I know eventually you're going to get to Japan, and I'm going to tell you right now, Japan, it is everything that they say and more. I've lived there for 3 years. It's very phenomenal. Make sure when you go there, you get your Ribera jacket. It's like I guess you could say it's like an unofficial right where wrestlers go there. Hulk Hogan's done it. John Cena's done it. They go there, and then the owner gives them a jacket. He gives it's only for pro wrestlers too. He gives them a jacket that has the Ribera logo on it. It's really cool and whatnot. I don't know if you heard about that, but it's definitely kind of like a rite of passage for pro wrestlers and everything.
I'll be sure to
Who
collect my jacket when I finally go to Japan. It's gonna happen for sure.
I know it's gonna happen. I'll be cheering you on. I'll be like, "Yo, she made it! Hey, yo, Rob, she's going to Japan." We've had people do that on our show that actually got a chance to wrestle over there, and we're always happy for them because it's always great to get paid to travel and to get paid to travel and also do what you enjoy doing as well too. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing that happen for you as well. But I gotta ask you, who are your top five that you want to wrestle in the near future?
My top five that I want to wrestle in near future.
And it could be from anywhere because wrestling is unpredictable. So by all means, if you got somebody from WWE, AEW, Impact, go ahead. Sky's the limit.
Well, I do number one females that I want to wrestle is Mercedes. She, especially now that she's in New Japan, hey, I hope that match happens in New Japan. So she's definitely my top. I would want to wrestle Matt Riddle someday. And before Tanahashi retires, I would love to have that intergender match with him. I got to get my hands on Kenny Omega. Maybe we can go 40 minutes, 30 minutes. It'll definitely be a challenge for me, but I see that's his thing. So, yeah, him, and I did want to wrestle Jay Briscoe, but that is not possible anymore. So,
Yeah, R.I.P. Jay Briscoe, man. We miss you, though. Yeah, that was definitely a shocker. Well, we hope you get to wrestle all those people. It'll be awesome to see, like, after your match with Tanahashi, you guys end up playing air guitar in the
we
middle of
have
the
to
ring.
do that. You know what?
That's a thing.
That thought never crossed my mind. I'm so glad you gave that to me.
I remember he did it to Juice and Juice Robinson. Juice was like, and like he was confused, but he was also like, he was confused, but also in a state of disbelief and shock. And they just started playing air guitar in the middle of the ring. I was like, "Oh, that gotta be cool, man!" Like Tanahashi, I had a whole argument with somebody. I'm like, I don't care. Somebody told me, "Yeah, Tanahashi." She's like, it was one of my friends I made in Japan. She's like, Tanahashi, he's old. I'm like, Tanahashi's cool though. She's like, and I asked her, "Who's your favorite?" And she was like, I forgot who. Rob, you probably know Angry Grandpa. The guy from Suzuki.
Oh, the murder grandpa. The murder grandpa.
Yeah. He's always angry. Oh, never happy.
Suzuki.
You probably know what I'm talking about.
Suzuki.
Oh yeah, Suzuki. Yeah, that's his name.
She said angry grandpa. That's what she used to describe him.
Yeah. Well, she said she likes Suzuki. I'm like, but Suzuki's older than Tanahashi. She said, yeah, but I'm like, nah, man. Tanahashi's where it's at, man. He's cool, man.
Tanahashi is the GOAT, and I hope everyone watching knows that.
He's one of my favorites. I don't care what nobody says, man. He's one of my guys. Like I always enjoy.
I do understand why she likes Suzuki. He is hilarious to me.
That man is never. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. He's always upset. Always beating up the poor young.
I think the only time I've seen him smile is when he's inflicting pain on people. But that's about it.
That guy is just mean, man. I would not want to cross that guy. So you say you got the nickname the Dragon of Malice. Where'd you get that one from? Where'd you get the nickname from?
Surprisingly, I actually got that from a friend. Like the whole dragon thing was me. I was like, when I was looking for a nickname and I know I wanted to have a dragon as my gimmick, I was like looking and trying to find something that fits, that clicks. And my friend just kind of gave that to me, and I'm like, well, let's make it official. And then I used it ever since.
That's awesome. It's definitely working for you. And by the way, that shirt you have, I bought a shirt from you. That's a cool shirt, man. I don't have it on right now. It's actually in the drawer. I literally just came back in from outside and I was rushing. The one you gave me at the one I bought from you at the show. It's black. It has a dragon on it, and it has like I think a red ball.
Oh, my new shirt.
Yeah, that shirt is neat. I enjoy it. Like that's one of my favorites. I bought a lot of wrestling shirts years, and I'm not saying that because you're in front of me. Like I legitimately like that shirt. Yours, and then there's this other woman who we had on the show. Rob, you're better. Your memory is better than mine. She was known as Killer Bay, Heather Monroe. Those are my two favorites right now. Like your shirt and hers. I always enjoy wearing them.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah. So I just got two more questions before I turn over to Rob. I know Rob, he has a couple of questions for you as well. He's chomping at the bit. So my second to last question. Whenever you're in the gym working out, getting ready to do some reps, getting ready to do some cardio, or when you're getting ready to face your next opponent, what are some songs on your playlist that get the Malice of Dragon into the zone?
So it either has like normally I would, if you guys didn't know, like I love Taylor Swift, but I would not listen to her to get me pumped up to do the gym. So, but yeah,
Look
mainly
what
I
you
just
made me do.
I listen to just rap music.
Okay.
Rap music does it for me. And yeah, normally people listen to the hardcore rock and this and that. I don't need that. I have my pre-workout to give me all the energy I need. I just need rap music.
All right, that's cool. That's awesome. Any particular artist or just rap in general?
Two of the artists is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Um, Eminem.
Oh, that's cool. That's a pretty good list. Megan Thee Stallion is one of my favorites. Like I
I
enjoy
love her.
listening to her
She's
music.
amazing.
She can do no wrong in my eyes. Like I got a lot of respect for her. I'm like, yeah. Anytime I hear Megan on the radio, I'm like, okay, I'm not changing that until her song is done. Anybody else? Yeah, okay, all right. It all depends on my mood. But Megan, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just leave that right there. She cool people. And the thing I like about her too is that she's actually like she's college educated too. Like she went to college, got her thing done, and the woman can freestyle. So
She
yeah,
can.
she's
She's a
definitely one of
beast.
my favorites. Yeah, a lot of people can't like. I've heard some freestyles, but I can't really like. I can't. But hers I can get into. Another one who I can get into is Lotto. She's another one too.
Okay, so the funny thing about Lotto is I wasn't really a fan of her at all. Like her music just wasn't interesting to me. But all of a sudden, when she collabed with Cardi B, she just instantly became good to me.
Yeah, I heard one of her freestyles on Funk Master Flex, and I was like, I for some reason I looked up because looking up various. I wanted to see if these today's rappers, because I always say that a lot of rappers these days don't have heart. Like they don't have that freestyle ability like a Nas or a Method Man or Redman would or a Lil Kim would. So I was like, okay, let me see who are some of the top and if they can actually freestyle. And I heard Lotto's on, and I was like, oh word, Lotto got it like that. Woo. She could body some people, man. She good. She definitely good. So my last question, before I turn it over to Rob, you know, in regards to your wrestling career, where does the Dragon of Malice see herself in 5 years?
That's easy. Japan.
Okay,
That
awesome.
is my ultimate goal. Like so many people say WWE, like I do eventually want to go there, but right now I see myself or possibly being there for the rest of my life. Japan. Or just Japan in general. Japan has a lot of good all women promotions, but New Japan is where I want to be.
Awesome. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you 1 to 2 years. You're gonna make it to Japan. The way you're going, and if you keep throwing that Tongan spike the way you threw that Samoan spike the way you threw it on Para, you're gonna make it within 1 to 2 years. Watch and see. I'm starting now. July. What was it? July what? It's not a challenge. I just know it's gonna happen.
July
Same.
17th.
July 17th, 2023. before July 17th, 2025, it's gonna happen for you. And we gonna cheer you on, sister. We gonna be like, oh, yo, she made it. That's what's up, you know. It's gonna happen. Trust me. You're doing everything right. Just keep on going, keep on striving. You know, you're gonna have haters, but forget the haters, man. Haters is because they can't do any better themselves. Trust me. Like Rob said, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate you because they ain't you. So, but you're gonna definitely make it there before July 17th, 2025. Mark my words on that. If you keep on going the way you're going, I can see it now. And when you go there, take it in, take in the sights and sounds. You know, check out Tully's Coffee. You know, they have that's their version of Starbucks, although they have a Starbucks over there. Check out one of the little sushi spots where they have the sushi go around, where they have like the plates going around
The
and
conveyor
whatnot.
belt.
Yep. You know,
It's been one of my dreams to try one of those.
check out Akibara. I don't know if you're into anime, but Akibara, that's where they do the cosplaying in Tokyo. And you definitely, and I'm sorry I didn't do this myself, you gotta try the Super Mario go-kart rides over there.
Oh,
They
I
don't just
definitely am.
they don't just stay on the track, they go all over. They go all over.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds so fun.
and Osaka's pretty nice too as well. I would definitely recommend Osaka. Dotonbori. I fell in love with Osaka the first time I went, and I was like, hey, I'm coming back here for the next 2 trips. And that I did. And it's definitely a vibe. I can't wait to go back myself. But yeah, Osaka's pretty cool as well. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple of questions for you as well. Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Jeremy. So what's going on? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well, just enjoying this podcast, this interview and stuff, having fun, trying to beat this summer heat, the usual.
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now, but it's only gonna get worse.
I know, I know. See, I was saying because I'm in Delaware, and this year I was like, we actually had a spring this year. I was happy about that because like the past couple years, it went from, snow on the ground, 90 degrees, all the way to like, October, September. It's like, come on, I like spring, I like fall. I love those, man. We didn't even get that. But this year we finally got a spring, so I was happy. But
I just
yeah,
hope for
I don't
this
like this heat.
winter we have snow. We just never have. I live in Charlotte, so we just never get snow.
Oh man. See, we usually get snow. I haven't had snow here in like a couple years. It's like, oh man, like, or if we have, it's only been like an inch or two. It's like not much.
It just ruins Christmas when there's no snow.
Yeah, I think one Christmas it was like, man, what were we in Hawaii? It was like 60 degrees or something, man. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not used to that. Okay. So speaking of the heat and stuff, you were just saying you wrestled what was it, Saturday, and you said, oh, it was hot. I what's the hottest place you've wrestled and stuff? Like, do you have one or, you know?
Um, I would definitely have to say, well, it's no longer the building, but the former building of Firestar. That building
Mm,
had like when I wrestled for
mhm,
Hit Club Pro, there was no AC in that building whatsoever. It was so hot, half of the fans left during intermission.
mm. Oh man, yeah, I
Some of
had
them, some of them came back. Some of them just decided just to go on about their business. I don't blame them.
uh, they're like, oh, it's too hot. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm done working. I'm done working for the day. Because I know yesterday I refed, for the our wrestling school workhorse and stuff. Because I'm refing all that for 1CW here in Delaware and stuff. So yesterday we did it at the school, and they didn't leave the windows or anything open. And also, when everybody got there, it was like 400 degrees, it was like an oven in there and stuff. I had to go in there. I refed everything by myself. It was like 7 matches or whatever. I remember sitting there, like the matches were getting done. I'm crawling out in the ring, down in water and stuff, and I'm just like. After match 2 or 3, because when I ref, I usually have like a black or a white shirt on underneath, so just in case I'm not like Teen Wolf, popping out, hair everywhere and stuff. But after that, I was like, man, look, I gotta take this off and stuff. I gotta use this as a towel. Like I didn't bring one. I wasn't, woo, man, I lost like 30 pounds of water weight there. Oh man. Now speaking of the hottest and stuff, have you wrestled in any place cold? Like you've gone out like an outdoor event. You're like, oh man, it's freezing out here. Have you done that yet?
Yes, I wrestled for it was I think sometime last year. I wrestled for AIWF in the wintertime. Like literally we
Ooh.
only had one heater. It was
Mm.
terrible.
Oh man, I believe it. I can't imagine that. I haven't done it in the winter. I think fall winter time, but they let me wear like a hoodie and then put my ref shirt on over it.
I
So I was
know
like,
that,
thank you
like
for that.
I know I'm gonna regret saying this, but I do hope to wrestle up in New York when it is wintertime.
Ooh, not an outdoor event or just indoor.
It could be either or. I just know that traveling is gonna be some hell.
Now, if you get outdoor event, you get the snow there, in the middle of the match, you got a snowball fight and stuff. Like, hey, what are
Oh,
you talking about?
I mean that definitely would have to happen. Like the snow just can't be there for decoration.
hmm That's right. Yeah, you got to use the snow. I mean, if it's right there, hey, this opportunity. A real quick funny story. When I was a kid, I went and I got a snowball. When it snowed and stuff. And I got two snowballs, one for my brother and one for my sister. I made them and I stuck them in the freezer and stuff because I was like, man, I'm going to hit them with a snowball when it's like June, July or whatever. When we were kids, they will have no comeback or whatsoever on me and stuff, man. So I go in there, I look for the snowballs and stuff. My mom done cleaned out the freezer and stuff, threw them all out. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, come on, mom. I was like, man, I remember I was like waiting for a while, man. So I just go out there, I was like, started to squirt them with like a water gun and stuff, man. It wasn't as satisfying. So now, now, when is your next show? You just had one Saturday and stuff. Do you have anything coming up? Are you, booked the rest of this summer? Are do you have a busy schedule coming up?
Yeah, I am actually booked this Saturday at Wrestling Evolution in Denver, North Carolina. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, he's probably frozen. It happens. Just he'll be back.
Okay.
My bad, my thing froze for a second. It always does that.
More
I don't know.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that on StreamYard and stuff. Man, everywhere else, I play games, watch movies, I'm fine. This, I'm in the middle of conversation. Yeah, you know. What's the farthest have you traveled so far? Have you gone all across the U.S. so far? Or you just, kind of been down like East Coast, mid, whatever Texas type deal.
Let me see what's the farthest. I would have to say up in that New Jersey, New York type of. That's the furthest I've went.
Okay. Now you said it was like you wrestled for CCW. It was your second time there. Now, when was your first time? Was it a couple months ago when they were in Jersey, or were you here when they were in Delaware?
What for you said CCW?
CCW, yeah.
Oh no, that was my first time there. I was talking about
Oh, okay.
CZW.
Oh,
Combat Zone
CZ, no,
Wrestling.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, CCW. Okay, okay, I got you. Because I was like, man, did you come here in Delaware? I was like, oh, I'm trying to remember you or whatever. Because I know I remember everybody.
Yeah, that was my first time there actually. Frozen again.
Okay, okay, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now, see, this is where I need one of those Men in Black things, with the pen, be like, look right in here, you can forget, whenever everything, freezes up and stuff, erase your mind. Everything's going smooth. So you were talking, a little earlier about training and stuff, and like, people who train like 3 days and then just quit stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh man, I've had that too. I've had people bigger than me, more athletic, going there for like 2, 3 days, and it's like, y'all left really? Like, this is all like, I guess it's not built for some people. I guess you gotta have a special mindset. Do you agree with that? You gotta be a little, a little crazy, wanting to beat yourself up a little bit, getting wrestling.
I mean I guess it just depends on your passion for it. Like Remy said earlier, maybe some people they think they want to do it, and once they get in the ring, they're like, oh, never mind.
hmm Usually it's after, when you go take that first bump and stuff, they're like, no, I'm good. Or they hit the ropes the first time, because, you usually hit it wrong or whatever, hitting them runs like, oh, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're like, yeah, let's go do some up and overs and all this stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I love the train and stuff, man. It's cool, man. I love to run the roads. I took a bump and I was like, oh, I've been missing this my whole life. I was like, man. So I was doing a little research and stuff, and you got to meet Sue Young and stuff. It was saying on there, I finally got to meet you, Sue Young. How cool was that meeting Sue Young? 'Cause I've met her before too. I was wanting to know about your experience, meeting her.
Well, meeting her and her actually being my friend now, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, when I met her for the first time, I was like, is this happening? I was like, I wish, because I met her when we were at WrestleCade, and I was like,
Hmm.
why weren't we scheduled to wrestle each other? That would have been amazing for me.
Hmm. Yeah, she was at CCW one time and she was down here in Delaware, and yeah, I met her and stuff too. There's a picture I think on Instagram or whatever. Yeah, I'm scared for my life. Yeah, no, that's just how I was scared for my life. But she did give me a Red Bull. So that was cool.
Gotta appreciate her.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was scared for my life, but she did give me a Red Bull at the end of the night. So that was always awesome. Now, also doing research, I found out you're an animal lover and stuff. I seen you, with goats, all kinds of stuff.
Oh
What's
god,
your
yeah.
favorite animal? And if you had a choice to be an animal, like what kind of animal would you be? Is there something
I
cool?
would be a tiger. That's what I would
Oh,
be. I would
okay,
be a tiger.
okay. Is there any specific reason why?
Um, it's just my favorite exotic animal. Like growing up,
Hmm.
I always loved tigers. I think the white ones look beautiful. But yeah, just
Ooh,
looking
okay.
at tigers, like they're amazing animals. They're like big. So like some of them I've seen, they're like mean and ferocious. But then you have those ones that are just like big giant babies. So I
Hmm.
would probably, if I was a tiger, I'd probably be in between.
Okay.
Like to the humans, I would be mean, but to like other animals, I would be a big baby. But yeah, I love animals. You can even call it a weakness.
I think he's frozen again. It happens. Trust me. It normally doesn't happen, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, but tigers, yeah, they're cool. Yeah, I like tigers. Like, if I had to choose an animal, I always say I'd rather be a dog because I like living inside and sitting on couches. And most people let their
Well,
dog live
also
inside and sit on couches.
if
So,
you're a dog, you have to look out for who your owner is. Not every
yeah,
owner
I'm
loves
cool with
their
that.
dog.
Yeah, I'm good.
Like
Yeah, I have three beagles. They do that. They're loud. They always do. They always look
you
out
could
for
have a you could be a dog and you can have an owner that's like a piece of shit.
me. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess you got to roll with the dice on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I was at the aquarium last week and stuff, and I like those animals there too and stuff. And there's one dream of mine I want to do is ride a dolphin, and I wanted to do that in the Baltimore Aquarium. Apparently, they don't allow you to do that or whatever. There's like there's some unpleasantness there. I got yelled at and stuff. So like
Seeing the
so
like the like the dolphin shows, they're like so
Mhm,
cute. Like the tricks that they do and stuff.
mhm.
Okay, Rob, you there? Oh,
Oh,
Rob.
I know you froze again.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. I like the dolphin tricks too.
Okay, we must be. Okay, I think he's frozen. It happens.
Yeah.
Okay. See, now I only got a couple more questions and stuff. You know, what I mean, this thing, is aggravating me, the internet, whatever. So. All right. So now I was watching you do a little promo and stuff. And is that your Funko Pop collection? And it's
That is not
what?
mine. I don't collect
Oh,
those
okay.
things.
Okay, I was gonna say, that was an impressive collection. I was gonna ask what started you on that and stuff. That was impressive. Okay. Now, before I, pass it on back to Remy, I do gotta ask, if there's any, because I'm always trying to find new movies and shows to watch. I always get stuck watching the same things, like comfort shows. So, is there anything new that you've seen recently or whatever that you're enjoying or you watch or whatever?
I don't know if have you ever watched The Vampire Diaries? He froze again, didn't he?
Yeah, I've heard of the Vampire Diaries, but I prefer True Blood.
I love True Blood. I gotta go rewatch that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Back. Have you ever watched The Vampire Diaries?
No, I haven't. I like vampires.
You have to watch The Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
The originals and Legacies. And besides that, have you ever? Okay, so there's this show on Netflix. I think it was the most recent thing I've watched. It's called Money Heist Korea. It was really good. Or I don't know if you've ever seen like the zombie show, like All of Us Are Dead. That is also really good.
Interesting. There is a Korean movie I want to see called Train to Busan. I've heard that one's pretty good.
That one is amazing. I saw that years ago. That was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
I haven't seen that yet, but I definitely will make it a thing one of these days to see. I think there's a part 2 supposed to come out.
Yeah, it's called. It already came out. I forgot what it's called, but
Rob's back. Is he? Rob, you there?
I have no idea. But my phone is dying.
Hey, Rob, you there?
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm back or whatever. I got the Vampire Diaries and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'll definitely. I've seen it. I want to check it out. I don't know if is it like True Blood? I remember
no,
True Blood.
It is not quite the same layout as True Blood. True Blood is more like explicit, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries is a little bit different.
Okay. Because I know I tried to watch because I've aged out of that group and stuff. Like I like the Addams Family, so I was like, I'm gonna like this Wednesday show. I was like, I think this wasn't made for me. It was made for people a little younger. I'm in my 40s now, and I was like, this wasn't for me. I see the appeal, but it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, well, in terms I'm 21 and I will still watch every Minions movie as long as they make them.
Cool. I've never seen a single.
Well,
yeah. Rob, you froze again.
Yeah, so look, before I do want to say, I appreciate you, putting up with me, during the interview with me coming in and out and stuff. So before I pass it on to Remy, I want to say thank you very much for taking time out of your day, come chat with us. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you reach all your goals and win belts everywhere, go to Japan, dominate, and all that good stuff. I'll be rooting for you, and I hope you do your thing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jazmyne, we just got to say, thank you very much for, taking time out of your busy schedule to shoot the breeze about your wrestling career and everything. Like Rob said, we definitely will be cheering you on when we see you, meet your goals and whatnot. Like I said, July 17th, before July 17th, remember that. Y'all remember I said this. Before July 17th, 2025, you're going to see Jazmyne Hao, the Dragon of Malice, in Japan doing her thing. Bet on that. But before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out your next appearances, purchase Jazmyne Hao merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
Well, fans, promoters, you can find me on Instagram as Jazmyne Hao. You can also find me as that on Facebook. My Twitter is Jazmyne X0, not XO, X0. So you can do that, and on all of my social medias, I have a Linktree link where you can find my merch, my YouTube, everything else. So go ahead and go check that out. I have 3 shirts on my website for purchase. Go ahead and get that, whichever one you want. I have it available in tank tops, blah, blah, blah. I suggest you get a tank top because it is summertime and I want you guys to look great in the summer. So yeah, go get you guys some of that Dragon and Malice merch.
Awesome. So y'all definitely heard. She just gave you her social media links. She has merchandise available. So definitely make sure you go out there and support, the Dragon and Malice. If you can't make the shows, that's another way you can actually support, her and support indie wrestling as well, is by purchasing the merch that they have available as well. And I'm not just saying this because I'm not just telling y'all to go purchase, because I actually have a shirt from her as well too. It's really cool. I'd highly recommend y'all check it out as well. But with that being said, before we shut this show down, Rob Bass, Mel Gibson to my Danny Glover, and the Tommy to my Ghost. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out where your next appearances, purchase Rob Bass merchandise, and where can books and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows? Oh, I think he froze too. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Come on, Rob.
I'm surprised it happens. It's happened this much. It might happen 1 or 2 times an episode, but
all right, here we go. All right. Yeah, Facebook. You can find me at Rob Bass. Twitter, Instagram, Rob_Bass82, and you can catch me 10 a.m. on Del Mogul Sports Network every Saturday morning for 1CW Wrestling. And our next show is going to be August 5th, and we're back in house. So definitely check us out for that.
Awesome. So y'all definitely make sure you check out 1CW. They're doing a lot of great things as well too, and a lot of impressive people there. You don't want to miss that. Also, August 5th, CCW is back again, Blood and Sand. This is their 2nd anniversary show. A lot of great women are going to be there. Definitely check them out. I think they're going to be back in Paulsboro. So if you're around that area, definitely go out there and enjoy some great wrestling as well. If you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places every now and then. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Threads, which I don't even know if it's taking off yet. But we're on Threads at Ringside Society, same thing. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify, and we're also on Teespring, where we have, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies, we have long sleeve shirts. We even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage as well. Several different designs. As a matter of fact, tonight we're going to be launching our newest logo. It's our newest design. It's going to be our Ringside Society Miami Life design, and it's dedicated to all our Miami-based wrestling fans. We're going to be doing that as well. New Yorkers, don't feel bad. We got one specially for y'all coming out in the month or 2 as well. So trust me, we got y'all as well. But we're dropping Miami Life tonight. Definitely check it out. All proceeds from our sales go back into keeping our show afloat. They do not go back into our pockets. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see cool interviews like this one, like the one we had with Katie Hebner, like the one we've had with J-Rod, and several other great men and women in professional wrestling. All you gotta do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society. Once you see that really gorgeous dark blue and light blue yin yang sound, the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos, because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling so happy right now. Rob, should I tell him who we have next tomorrow?
Yes, you can. Let's do it.
So tomorrow we will be having none other than, and Rob, I know you're familiar with this guy, Michael Larkin. He's a commentator, backstage interview. He's been in the game for several years. He's going to be joining us finally tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time, 4:00 for all my West Coast riders. So definitely make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuned in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. Thank you. To those of you that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. With that being said, we just want everybody to know that we're very well and we're to everybody and their grandparents and the parents of a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. Hey, yo, Rob Bass. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for the Dragon of Malice, Jazmyne Hao.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we'll be back tomorrow with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just want y'all to do 4 favors for us. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.